very good. And now this does actually take us now to the Sunday game. I jumped the gun earlier, but the one game we have on Sunday is there's going to be a really forceful hurricane in Wellington. No, okay, the Hurricane's taking on the Force. That was terrible. I don't know. It's getting too late at night. That's the issue with my puns now. Hurricanes are taking on the Force in Wellington. No new injuries to report for the Canes out of this one. Bryce Hegarty, the only one for the Force. He was pulled pre-game with a back injury. And returning, the Canes will have Jordie Barrett coming back after his All Blacks rest week, which he spent actually with an AFL club and the Melbourne Storm all week, just training with them, trying to get some add some new strings to his bow. I was like, mate, calm down. You're already good enough. And why are we giving him? Why are Australian teams giving him more training? Okay, can we not?
Anyway. I actually genuinely think he's just trying to drum up his price tag, because the AFL could genuinely sign him. He's got a long enough kick and he's big enough and strong 100%. Enough. And, he'd be a phenomenal fullback, whatever they call that.
Mate,
so yeah. I reckon that's more what it is. His managers told him to do that 100%.
So after the World Cup this year, next year, his France contract's through. He goes, mate, I'm getting offers everywhere, But anyway,
I mean, if Hunt and Folau could do it, mate, Jordie Barrett could do it at a canter.
Yeah, 100%. And then Lomax could be back. Was it just an All Black rest week for him? Is that what we got?
Yeah, I think so. Like they didn't really talk about it too much at all, but yeah, him and Barrett were the two obvious All Black rest weeks.
Okay, and
that's what I would think.
Yeah, and the only one for the Force is the player that Harry's been trying to forget exists, Manasa Mataele. Could we see him back? He didn't play last week. He's not injured. He's just...
I hope not.
He's just not playing. So, Harry, after dropping him last week, would be devastated if he was back starting. But then again, can also pick him up because you get one of the first picks, Harry. So it's all good, mate.
Yeah.
All right, well, do you want to kick us off? Hurricanes. Talk about the Canes. What do you reckon?
I think, along with the Chiefs, they've probably been the most blessed in terms of their injury run at the moment. They seem to be able to put their strongest team on the park every single week. They're just building confidence, building connections. So it's working very, very well for the Hurricanes at the moment. I think we may see just a rotation. Getting a holo back to the bench is probably my call. Jules Sevilla probably gets another start and an opportunity to take that jersey back, but he must be feeling the pressure at Kinney at the moment because, let's be honest, no one's taking Ray Arcee's jersey, so that's where the pressure is going to come on.
Absolutely. I agree with you, and I think if we don't see... So I think either Kinney or Sevilla, one of them will be starting, and the other one I expect to drop out of the 23. So last week, obviously, Julian came off the bench and had quite a good game off the bench. But I think that Balin Sullivan, he looked really, really good playing at 13. But this week with Jordie Barrett back to 12, Billy Proctor's been too good to drop. So I think we'll see him move back to 13, unless they want to give him a rest. But I don't see why they would want to do that. And that would mean Balin Sullivan to the bench for mine because he covers 13 and the wings. So yeah, I agree with you. I think it's toss a coin. Do they give Keeney another run or Julian back in there starting? And yeah, I see Balin to the bench unless they want to give Billy Proctor a rest. Ray Arcee, exactly. They gave Ray Arcee a random rest last week, I think it was. So he's starting.
Yeah, no, he's not due now. Yeah, that's why Kenny got the run last week. So yeah, look, there's just too much depth there, and I think the biggest talking point surely is that is Billy Proctor now the brother himself that is the best centre in the world? Because he's always been the brother of the best centre in the world, and the form that he's in, surely he's the better Proctor.
Yeah, and that for those that haven't been listening to us long enough, that's for old Hurricanes coach Boyd just saying that Matt Proctor was by far the best centre in the world for years. Just kept saying that. So we've always referred to Billy Proctor as the brother of the best centre in the world. But yeah, he's probably usurping old Matt Proctor. Sure. You have to say. So
yeah.
Let's talk about the 9-10 for the Canes. Cam Roygaard's the halfback of the competition. Tate. You say Tate McDermott. Tate who these days? It's Cam Roygaard.
100%.
Him and Brett Cameron, BC's locked down that jersey for sure. I just think, Aiden Morgan's a youngster, but Brett Cameron's just been nailing his job really, really well. Probably less exciting than Aiden Morgan, but I just think he's been really good at pivot, steering them around the park and getting the ball where it needs to go.
I disagree. I think he's been just as exciting as Aiden Morgan. I think he's running the first couple of weeks, the first week maybe, he was a little bit quiet, and I think we all kind of talked him down because of that. I thought he's been really good at picking his moments, attacking the line. He looks class. He looks even better than I would have expected, considering the raps that we had on him when he was a young player coming through for the Crusaders that got his first All Blacks cap. He is very, very good. And I think he's putting his hand up into contention for the post-World Cup, All Blacks kind of test match 10s. He's that good. So
wow,
don't get me wrong, mate. There's a lot of competition there, but he is very good. I would pick him over Bryn Gatland in a heartbeat, but that's just me.
Here we go. We've had a turnaround here. I wish we could just edit in playback from you trashing him in round one.
I was not trashing him, mate. That was you and Nelson. That was definitely not me. And like you said, I'm with you. Roy Guard's just exceptional, mate. He's absolutely phenomenal. So look, their team's going very, very well. The question is going to be just who do they roll out in their loose forwards, because they seem to just be rotating at the moment. Surely Karipi gets another chance at the moment, but he does seem to have slid down the pecking order a little bit. So maybe we don't see him week in, week out anymore.
I reckon, look, obviously, Artie's your 8. He's had his rest week. He's enforced rest week. Flanders is your 6. He didn't really like...
how good's Flanders looking? As soon as I drop him, mate, he's coming to his own. This is what I wanted to see from him.
Absolutely. And then, look, I mean, do you want the yellow card machine or do you want Peter Lackey? You want Peter Lackey. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
I just don't think Peter Lackey is a 7 in any way, shape,
Get him on, mate. It's fine. All right. You don't know who needs 7.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And then,
I mean, Artie is a 7 and an 8. Let's be honest.
100%. So, and then up front, they've been doing really well. Numia has been crushing it. Asafo Mua just played his 50th, which is amazing already. But and he's been crushing it. And Lomax to come back and start, and he's been having some good games. So,
and Dane Coles, he's the other one that we didn't mention, should be back this week after his rest week as well.
For sure. So, I mean, we could see Amua go back to the bench. Who knows? If you're a fantasy manager and have Amua, it doesn't phase you whether he starts or on the bench. That makes no difference. So, that's good news. But
hashtag get Matali on.
That's it. I was going to say, the only last one on the Hurricanes is they're going to do this. They're going to have to change anything, really. It's just the selection headaches. That's all. That's the only thing they've got to do. But the Force, do we just say hashtag get Mata Eli on and then just stop it there? Is that job done?
Just sort your shit out. That's my personal opinion.
For me, it's not even just hashtag get Mata Eli on. It's actually hashtag get Mata Elis on. I want to see Rupeni Mata Eli on as well. You know what I mean? Just like double your Mata Eli input on the team. But no, look, we did say Tony Pulu was really good. Zach Kibarigi has been pretty good as well. But Mata Eli should be starting on the right wing every week.
He's not right, mate. There's no way he's right. They said he missed round 1 with an Achilles tendon issue, as did Folau Fainga'a. Not the week just gone. Round 4, Fainga'a missed another week with that Achilles issue. So I actually reckon both of them are struggling at the moment with their preseason injuries. I think that they're in trouble with their loading at the moment. And I think that's probably why you're not seeing the explosive Mateo that we're used to. But yeah, still, I don't care. Put him on one leg. He's
your entire fantasy team was banking on. But it's.
I had another one as well, mate. I've been calling George Pullman the pool boy. I actually think we should call him Dick Fingers, because every time he touches the ball, he fucks it.
You heard it here first. The great takes from the Draft Rugby Show. We'll see if we can get that nickname to stick.
Yeah, surely the commentators will roll with that.
Absolutely. No, look, I mean, the Force, look, the backs, I think Sam Spink is definitely should be their 13 for sure. He's
great.
He's the most, gives them the most go forward in that back line. So he came back from his little injury on Niggle and he looked really, really good. And then
missed a few big tackles. I thought was the only thing for him, but he'll get better. I think he had to make 16 or something, so he'll be forgiven.
Yeah. You have to make 16 in the hardest position, defensive position on the field. So, and then otherwise, Hamish Stewart started at 10 last week with Bryce Hegarty out. I think, look, Hamish Stewart was a 10 for years. Then he played so much 12 at the Reds that he's turned himself into quite a good 12. And I think that's really where his strength lies now. So I think we made the points that being back at 10 actually nullified some of what he's made his strength now, and running less, breaking less tackles, and kind of just shoveling it along, trying to get it out. So I don't know how long Bryce Hegarty's back injury is for. If we have
he went into back spasm, so that could be better in a week. It often takes a couple of weeks, to be honest, but there's a chance he's back this week. But if he does, they'll just push him out to 10, 12, and obviously keeps Sam Spink at 13. So it'll just be how quickly he can recover, which it could be very, very fast. So watch that space. Like I said, they may even make the late call during the week just to try and give him every chance of playing. But and I agree, Stuart. I don't think he has the vision at 10 at the moment to compete with the best of them.
Well, I was going to say, it's interesting. You think you kind of go on size by if, for example, you were starting Bailey Kunzel at 12 because he's a bigger body than Hamish Stewart. You'd start Stewart at 10, Kunzel at 12. But perhaps it's better to start Kunzel at 10 and Hamish Stewart at 12, just the way that they play. I mean, Kunzel really can play 10, 12, 13.
Yeah, right. I don't hate that, to be honest. I think that's a good idea. And Kunzel's got the bigger boot as well. He's doing most of the kicking, the long kicking for the team as well. So, I mean, there's a lot to like about that. But I don't think it'll happen. But I think it's a good option for sure. For the forwards, the coach said at the end of the game, who I just can't mention his name right now because he keeps resting the best player in the team by a country mile. So we'll never again. He mentioned that a fair few of the players were carrying niggles and were pretty sore. And when he said that, about a minute later, they showed Vuse Artho limping off the field with his sore hip, which we know has been an ongoing issue for him. I just wonder if they give him a bit of a rest and Pugh finally gets his shot. We've had such big raps on him in the preseason as a player coming through, and they've just shown him zero respect to get any game time. So I wonder if it could be his week. He might get a start. That's my call.
I reckon it'll be interesting. They'll either do that or in line with showing him absolutely no respect. I think what they'll actually do is
pick up another shield player.
They'll get Ryan McCauley and Kalapu to start in the locks, and they'll put Jeremy Williams at 6, Michael Wells back to 8, Ollie Callan at 7. That's
I do like Williams at 6. That sounds great to me.
Yeah, I know it does, but I think that they'll do. I don't know what it is about. Just I mean, my only problem with Pugh is that he's not like he's slow basically. Like that's the only problem I have. He's just he kind of lumbers around a bit, but which is why
I think you've seen enough of him. I don't think we've really given him the opportunity. That's all. So I think you're right. I think there's a better chance that Williams starts at 6 at this point with how far down the pecking order he is. But we'll see. I just think that they're probably due a rest or two for a couple of their players that have probably had big work rates as well.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Or of course Tim Anstey at 6 and Wells at 8. That's also another possibility. But yeah, because I don't think Anstey's injured. I think he's available. So.
Yeah, he'll be available. Yep.
So yeah, this game. Look, for mine, it's just Hurricanes by how much? I think I'll go first on tipping this one, Harry, to help you out here. I'm going to say the Hurricanes playing at home against the Force, against an injured niggly Force with probably no Mata Eli on. I'm going to say the Canes by. I'm going to say, I feel like saying 25, but I want to say 30. I'm going to say 25. We'll go 25.
I like what you're putting down. The Force have been gutsy. I thought that they were going to get done by early 20s last week, and there was a point there where I thought it might have blown out, but they kind of hung around and just showed that they had the guts to stay with it. But I reckon, would you say 25? I'm going to go 24 because I've got a lot of faith in them. 24, definitely.
I reckon if I'd said 30, you would have gone 29. You know what I mean?
I did have 28 written down to start.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, God. How good.